Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Jag here. And if for those of you who are new, this channel is all about again math and science at the high school as well as the elementary level. So with that, let's get started. Today we're going to go through Math 6 and continue with our Math 6 content. We're going to cover improper fractions and mixed numbers. Alright, with that, let's get started. So we're going to take some examples from the textbook. Alright, so let's try this question here. I'm going to read the question out loud and I'm going to write it on the board as well. Okay, so it says write each mixed number as an improper fraction. Okay, so say I have 2 and 2 over 5. So this is what a mixed number is. Okay, I can see that I have like one big number and that represents the whole. And then I have a smaller fraction that is right beside it. Alright. So I'm going to put mixed number. Okay, and that's why it's mixed, okay? It has a fraction as well as the whole number. Now I'm going to change it to the improper fraction, okay? So look very closely. For the numerator, I'm going to do 5 times 2. So let's write it at the top here. Okay, I'm taking the denominator, okay? I'm multiplying it by the whole number. And I'm going to add the numerator, which is 2, like that. Okay, does everyone see what we did here? The denominator is 5, so denominator is the bottom number. It does not change here, okay? So the whole thing is just going to be over 5, alright? I will just write it going across here, okay? So I'm doing 5 times 2 at the top, which is 10. 10 plus 2 is 12. The numerator is 12, okay? And the denominator is still going to be equal to 5. So this is my final answer here, okay? This is an improper fraction, okay? And an improper fraction, the definition for that is that the numerator, so I'm going to put n, okay? Numerator is greater than the denominator, okay? And that's what defines the improper fraction. Okay, does everyone see that? So let's try another example here, okay? I'm going to take it from the textbook, so let me just take this off. And make sure you're always, again, showing your steps, okay? So the teacher can see where your answer is coming from. Okay, let's try this one. So this is 2 and 1 over 4. Okay, so I have my mixed number. I want to change it to the improper fraction, okay? Once again, you're going to take the denominator, which is 4. I'm going to times it by the whole number here, which is 2, okay? And I'm going to add this top number, which is the numerator, and that's 1. Okay, and the denominator here, again, does not change. It's 4, so I'm going to keep the 4 on the bottom. Okay, so the numerator is the only number that is actually changing here. So I'm going to do 4 times 2, which is 8, plus 1, okay, which is equal to 9. And the denominator is going to remain as 4, okay? So I'm just going to circle it. So this is my final answer, okay, as the improper fraction. It's equal to 9 over 4, all right? So this is how you are changing the mixed number, okay, to the improper fraction. And if we go to the next number here, it says, or the next example, it says write each improper fraction as a mixed number, okay? So let's try that. And it is very important, okay, that you know how to change from one form of the fraction to another. So let's start with a simple one. So say I have 7 over 2, okay? So this is my improper fraction, okay? So I'm going to show you a way of doing it, which is really easy, okay? I'm going to see how many times does the denominator, so which is 2, go into the numerator, okay? Without going over 7. So let's make an arrow. So I can just count by groups of 2, okay? So it's going to be 2, 4, 6. So I see I have 3 groups. So I'm going to put 3 whole. Okay, I like to make my whole numbers really big, okay, to keep it distinct from the fraction. Okay, and then what you're going to do is I'm going to take my denominator, which is 2. I'm going to times it by my whole number, which is 3, okay? So 2 times 3 is equal to 6, okay, just like that. And what you're going to do is take the numerator, which is 7, okay? And I'm going to do 7 minus the 6, okay? And the reason I'm doing that is I want to see how many how many numbers are basically like left over. So when I do that, I'm left with only 1. Okay? And this 1 is basically going to be the numerator in my fraction. So it's going to be 1 over the denominator again, which does not change. So it's 3 and 1 over 2. Okay? So I'll make the 2 darker here. Or 3 and 1/2. Okay? Make sure you practice saying the fractions out loud as well. Okay? That will really help you. Are there any questions? Okay, so I think basically changing the improper fraction to the mixed number is slightly more difficult maybe, okay? But make sure you're just doing the steps that we're doing on the board here. Okay, with that, let's try one more example. Let me take that off. Okay, so let's try 11 over 4, okay? And we'll try the check for this question. Okay, so basically you're asking yourself, how many times does 4 go into 11? Okay, without going over 11, okay? So I can see that I can make 2 whole groups of 4, okay? So we're going to do 4 times 2, which is equal to 8, okay? Now I know it's not 3 here, like 3 whole numbers, because 4 times 3 is equal to 12, and 12 is greater than 11, okay? So that's not going to work. I can't go over the numerator, all right? In the next step, I'm going to take my numerator, which is 11. I'm going to subtract the 8 because I already have 8, okay? You can think of it as maybe sticks. I have 8 sticks already. I want to see how many sticks are left over, okay? So when you do 11 minus 8 is equal to 3, okay? And the 3 is just going to be my numerator, okay? So it's going to be 3 over 4. So 2 and 3 over 4, or 2 and 3/4, okay? And again, so let's try our check, right? I said we're going to check our answer here. And it's very easy to check your answer, okay? And make sure that it is correct. So if I do the check for this, again, I'm just going to take the answer I got as my mixed number. So let's put 2 and then 3 over 4. And I'm going to again try to change it back to the improper fraction. And I have to make sure that they are the same, okay? So for the numerator, we're going to take 4, okay, which is the denominator, times the whole number, which is 2, okay? And then what you're going to add is going to be adding the numerator, which is 3. So we'll put plus 3, okay? And the whole denominator, or the whole fraction, is going to be over 4. I'm not changing the denominator here, okay? So just like this. So let's write it on the bottom. Okay, so what we're going to do here is 4 times 2, which is 8. Let's show our work here. Plus 3 over 4. Okay? So I'm just basically adding these numbers together here. Okay? So the top number, I'm doing 8 plus 3, which is 11 over 4. Okay? And that way I can see, okay, this is a very simple check, okay? So when I'm checking my answer, I see that I'm getting 11 over 4, okay? And this is the improper fraction that I started with, okay? So there shouldn't be any questions about how to get the answer, okay? And this basically is the improper and the mixed fractions. It's really important that you know how to change from one form to another, all right? This is at the grade 6 level. Again, you will be going through fractions again in grade 7, in grade 8, and it also moves into grade 9, okay? So fraction should be something that you are working on all the time, okay? So one more time, okay? Let's just go through the steps here. So when you're changing the improper fraction to the mixed number, I'm seeing how many times the denominator goes into the numerator, okay? And you can basically think of it as 2 steps. In the first step, I'm going to take the denominator and times it by the whole number. So I'm getting 8 in this case, okay? And then in the second step, what I'm going to do, we put a 2 here. Okay, in the second step, I'm going to take the numerator and subtract the number that I got from step 1. And that tells you how many sticks, okay, are left over, okay? And that way, that whatever is left over is basically what the numerator is going to be in your mixed number, all right? Again, make sure you're not changing the denominator. It stays the same, okay, in both cases. Okay, if you're changing from the mixed number back to the improper fraction, I'm taking the denominator times it by the whole number, and you're going to add the numerator, okay? And this is to get the final numerator in your fraction, your improper fraction. And again, the denominator is going to stay the same, all right? So I hope everyone learned something from this video. If you did, please make sure you're clicking on the like button below and subscribe to the channel. And I will see everyone next time. Bye!